many different colours to create one beautiful work of art. A composer plays many different chords to compose one musical masterpiece. A chef uses many different ingredients to prepare one favourable dish. So, beloved, why would not God use many different people to create the human family? While we may be different, we are one.
The word of the day comes from the authoritative writings and guidance from the Baha'i Reference Library, Foundations of the World Unity, page 89.
Consider to what extent the love of God makes itself manifest. Among the signs of his love which appear in the world are the dawning point of his manifestations. What an infinite degree of love is reflected by the divine manifestations towards mankind. For the sake of guiding the people, they have willingly forfeited their lives to resuscitate human hearts. Abullah.
October 31st is a very interesting day of the year. It is known as Halloween. It is a time where many young people and parents get involved in cutting up pumpkins and lighting pumpkins and witches and stories of dark and often demonic stories are told and celebrated. And this is also a time, it's a very dark time. And when I think about darkness, I also think about the darkness in people's lives. We all hit dark times in life. We have times where we want someone to cry on, someone to talk to for support and for help. Sometimes in our dark moments, we question whether we did the right thing. Did we say that right thing over the telephone? Did we respond in the way we should have responded? Did we say something to offend somebody else? Are we not talking to somebody that we really should be talking to? Has our relationship broken down because something was said in a difficult moment? We often live with times of regret, times of doubt, times of failure, troubled times. You may be in debt at this minute in time. You may have illness at this time. You may be holding a grudge. You may even have turned away from the line. You may have decided, you know what? God wasn't there for me. God didn't help my mother or my father that passed away. God didn't help me to achieve my dreams. God took this away from me. Oh, look at all these people struggling and suffering in the world. Where was God for them? Maybe you're like that. Or maybe you're in a dark moment and you just want to see the light. You've seen the dark. You've been a part of the dark. And you've said to yourself, you know what? I want to change my ways. I want to move a different way. I want to do something different. I want to return to the light. And we all make mistakes. We all make mistakes. Sometimes we think the grass is green on the other side, and we realise when we get on the other side, we understand, whoops, where I was before was much better. And that's okay. That's okay. There will be people out there that will condemn you. There will be people out there that will tell you, you shouldn't have done this or you shouldn't have done that. There will be others that will tell you to stay where you are. But my message today is that there's hope. And family, we can start right now. We can start on the day that is meant to be a day of darkness. And we can turn that darkness into light. Right here, right now with me. With me because I am your family. I don't need to know you to say that I'm family. I just look down the lens and I look at you and know. Because just like me, I bleed and you bleed. And just like me, one day, I no longer will be here. And you no longer will be here. I hurt and you hurt. I smile and you smile. I cry and you cry. I feel pain and you feel pain. I have family and you have family. Some of our family members are still with us, and unfortunately some of our family members have passed away. I have friends and you have friends. I have people out there that probably don't like me, and you probably have the same too. So why are we not family? We talked about the Iron Network being a place of unity, and that is what this prayer is going to be about. Whether you are a believer or not, this prayer I pray is for all, because I see you all as family. So let's just take this moment and just think about the family.
And now, please stand for prayer.
Heavenly Creator, I thank you that your heart is so abundant and you are so forgiving. I thank you that you've put it on my heart today to think about those people, even in Halloween, that I'm not condemning those that are in the dark. No, it's their free will to do that. But they're those that are in the darkness at this minute in time, at this moment in time, saying, I don't want this no more. I want more for my life. I want to be in the light. They may have spoken to somebody in the light. They may have been around somebody who's a part of the light. And in their darkness they said, I've had enough. I just don't know what to do. And I don't mean just darkness by Halloween. Like I've said, darkness within our lifestyle. We may have addictions. We may have grudges. We may have done wrong to others, and we want to make a change. Forgive me, Creator, for all that I have done and all I have done to fail you. Forgive me for my stubbornness, for my ignorance, for the things that I've said that may have upset family members or friends and people I didn't know. People I didn't know, meaning I judged them without allowing them to speak. I had preconceived ideas about who they were or what they were about. And that led my mouth to say things that were unnecessary. Forgive me for those moments in time that I have not come up to your standards. Forgive me, O Lord, for questioning you for various unfortunate things that have happened in the world. Do we ever stop to think and wonder, if I have a free will, then they too have a free will? And that not everybody that has a free will does it for the purpose of good. There's light and dark. But I ask today that you forgive me and that we move forward to a new day, a new dawn. Often we talk about New Year's resolutions. But let's make a new day revolution. And a new day revolution. And this revolution is about coming into light and helping others. It's about saying no more to this way of life, son. And saying from this day onwards, I'm going to carry light inside of me. And the light that shines within me, and everybody around me is going to say, you know what? I'm different. I'm changing. I don't have all the answers. No, I don't have all the answers. But that's why I need you. I haven't believed in you in the past, or if I have believed, my faith has been one of doubt. Show me how I can have a better relationship with you. I don't want to be religious or so spiritual that I can't even talk to my fellow friends and family members. No. I want to be able to reach them too. I want to be able to touch them and tell them of the great news. Something relevant in my own life. Relevant for me today. that I can tell others, that they can see your glory through me. Yes, I give you all the glory. Because if I give you all the glory, surely you'll return that. Let me be a vessel for your glory. Guide me to do the right things in life, and allow forgiveness in the hearts of others. Let me press forward. Let me step out from being the old man and the old woman, and today, a new way of life. But today, also, for those people that plan wickedness and evil in my life, I pray protection over my life. I pray protection over my health. I pray protection over my finances, because I stand and say, I am blessed. I am healthy. I am whole. I am complete. I am forgiven. I am great in you. I am loved. I am abundant. And I am highly favoured by you. I hear you. For I am a child of light. And this child of light is asking for the Almighty to step in and to shine through us this day forward. And so let it be.
Thank you for your love. Thank you for your grace. Thank you for your mercy that is new every day.
Happy day. I come before you by divine inspiration and by the way of the I am that I am, the unifying principle, the source, divine inspiration, the omnipotent, omnipresent, transcendent reality, the one undivided and absolute truth, the illuminating light that shines through, and the indwelling spirit that indwells within every living being. I greet you in the greeting words of peace, light, and love. I'm grateful to be here today. Last Saturday, our topic was love and labels. And we posed the question, can you love someone although they are different than yourself? And this week, we pose yet another pertinent question. And that question is, who do you serve? You know, the human body has somewhere between 206 and 270 bones, somewhere between 640 and 850 muscles, and billions of nerves, or billions of nerve cells. So the next time somebody tells you that you got a lot of nerve, actually, you really do. But you actually do. But one of the things I wanted to share is that each one of the bones and nerves, they have a name. And no matter the diversity of the bones, of the nerves, of the muscles, they are all contained in one body. And they each serve a specific purpose, whether you understand what that purpose is or not. You know, the organs such as the heart, the lungs, the liver, the spleen, each organ, like the muscles, like the bones, like the nerves, have a specific purpose and function. Nothing is without aim and purpose. While some may not remember what their purpose is or have yet to discover their purpose, the fact remains, when you were born or reborn into this dispensation of time, in this space, in this dimension, you agreed to do something and to work on something specific. So you are here to serve a cause, and what that cause may be is for each of us to work out. Yet in all of your discovery and working out, you have to realize that you are not an island, meaning you may be an individual entity working on yourself, but you are an individual in a troposphere with others. Troposphere meaning space of change. So here you are in this sphere or in this space of change with others who are also working on themselves. You are within one collective whole. So the collective whole is both seen and unseen. And while you are working on your individual self or your individual soul, it's important to understand that you have a relationship to that whole or the collective one. Because everything we do individually impacts the collective whole in some way. Now, there is also a purpose for this troposphere or space of change, but what I would like to focus on today is not the sphere of change, but as living beings in this space, how we coexist while we're doing the work and serving our individual purpose while helping to fulfill the purpose of the collective one or the whole. I want you to think about this for a moment. As with all the muscles, the bones, and the nerves, the body has multiple systems that each serve a purpose, yet contributes to the whole of the one body. And in these systems are various individual organs which make up this system. Now, the word organ, in the etymological root of the word, in this context means to work. Another definition for the word organ is a tool for making or doing. It's a musical instrument. Now, a system is a whole compounded of parts. In its root, it means together stand. So, in a system, you have compounded parts that are grouped together that work for a common purpose or a common cause. Now, in your body, there are many systems. You have the circulatory system, the endocrine system, or the skeleton system, the digestive systems. There are many systems in the body. So let's take the digestive system, for example. The aim and purpose of the digestive system is to convert food into energy and basic nutrients to feed the entire body. So the mouth, the liver, the large intestine, and the small intestines are individual organs that work together to fulfill the purpose of the digestive system. Now, individually, each of those organs have their own function and serve their own purpose. But they must work effectively, not only as an individual organ, but they must work effectively together within the system in order to benefit the entire digestive system as well as benefit the entire body. Now, if the individual organs do not function properly, that puts weight on the other organs in that particular system and ultimately can break down the entire digestive system. I want you to follow me. And ultimately, when any of the systems in the body is not working properly, it impacts the entire body. Now let's look at the cardiovascular system. It's responsible for transporting oxygen, nutrients, hormones, and cellular waste throughout the body. It consists of the heart, blood vessels, and blood. Now, the heart is a very hard working organ. But you have all these systems or groups that are made up from individual organs or tools that are used for what? What are they used for? What are they used for? Right. To keep the body alive. The whole purpose is to maintain a healthy sphere. Everything each organ does is not only for the benefit of that individual organ, but it's for the benefit of others. And the common purpose that all of the organs and systems share is for what or who? What is the common purpose? Right. The body. So now, what does the heart look like telling the small intestines, hey, stop absorbing the 90% of the nutrients from the food that comes in the body? Or I don't want anything to do with you. I don't want to associate with you because you have not accepted to beat like me. I'm going to stop beating unless you beat too. Imagine the small intestines telling the large intestines, hey, you ain't supposed to be absorbing water and vitamins and converting the digestive food into this crap. You got it wrong. That's not the right way. The way I'm doing it is a better way. And if you don't stop right now, then I'm going to give this body, then I'm not going to give this body the benefit of doing my part because you won't do it like I'm doing it. So now, here you have first the heart pulling the entire cardiovascular system into a fight with the digestive system because the digestive system won't do it the way the heart is doing it. All the while the digestive system is fighting within because of a disagreement with the small intestine and the large intestines. And because of all this fighting going on, who suffers? Who suffers? Right, the whole body. But beloved, the truth is, this is what people do. And as a result, everybody is impacted. Because we all make up the collective one or the whole. You know, the I Am Network has a deaf ministry. And for us, it's important that we reach out to this part of our body so that individuals in this particular community are able to grow and have access to opportunities along with everyone else, and that they can have a platform to express themselves as well as others. So what I did was I reached out to various people in the community several different people who are not necessarily a part of the I Am Network, but who their gifting is with ASL, sign language, and they feel that they've been called to do this type of work in terms of giving the word or sharing their gift to this particular community. And so now I spent time watching and listening and bearing witness to the messages that many people who were reaching out wanting to use their gifts to help the deaf community. And so it's interesting because I could feel the spirit and the I Am presence in some more than others. And it was a blessing because when we reached out, we had some amazing feedback. But there was one in particular person who said to me, well, you know what? I looked over the I Am Network website and I really didn't see where you talked about God. Have you accepted that the only way is through Jesus Christ? And then this person said, because if not, I don't want to be associated with you. Now, I had spoken with this person for some time. We really gelled in the spirit. We had a wonderful time. So it really surprised me when this individual said that. But now this is just a classic example of a person's conversation being like that of the small intestine telling the large intestine, if you don't do it my way, then I don't want to be associated with you. And so I'm just going to withhold what I do. I'm going to withhold all my gifts, all my talents, not even realizing that it's not even really about the small intestine or the large intestine, but it's about the whole or the collective one. Now, I'm going to speak very straight words. That is a type of conversation that is truly stuck on stupid. In other words, it's what is called being confounded by your own foolish wisdom, and certainly demonstrates a lack of spiritual maturity and is proof that they were not ready for the type of service that this time and season dictates. You know what, beloved? This is so much bigger than the heart alone, or the small or large intestine alone, or even the cardiovascular system and the digestive system. This is about the whole and nurturing the whole to health. You know, our gifts and our talents and our service is for the purpose. It's for a purpose so much greater than ourselves. And while we do get to choose where we serve or how we serve and use our gifts and talents the way we see fit or the way we think is best, I say, in the presence of the I am that I am, I admonish us as we make those choices and decisions, that we do it with a sound mind and an open heart filled with the spirit of love. And to be sure that our decisions and our choices are not from a space and a place of judgment, condemnation, and arrogance and ignorance. You know, beloved, there are so many paths, so many different paths, and so many different names for religions today. So who am I, or who are you, to choose another person's way for them, or refuse to be tolerant of someone else's way when that way is one that nurtures the human being into a way of peace and harmony and love, and ultimately benefits the whole. See, we may lack understanding of a particular way and not realize the opportunity to expand the sphere of knowledge. But yet it's another thing to not understand, but then not have the open heart to seek understanding. And so I would say that not allow your lack of understanding to have you make decisions that are led by your ego and your lack of understanding and unwillingness to learn other ways, and to have you to think that your way is for everyone or the only way or path to serve, because it is not. You know, like the heart, the liver, the intestines, each has a way that is for them. Regardless of their way or path or purpose, they are a complement. And when I say complement, I mean complement. But they are a complement, meaning that which fills up and helps to complete the whole. You know, I talked earlier about all of these different paths and different religions and names of religions. And to name a few, you have Hinduism, you have Judaism, Jainism, Shintoism, Christianity, Buddhism, Taoism or Taoism, depending on what school of thought you come from, Islam, Confucianism, Sikhism, Baha'i faith, Unitarianism, multi-faith, Zoroastrianism, and the list goes on and on. And sometimes it can actually seem like a Tower of Babel, B-A-B-B-L-E. Babel meaning mindless chattering and prattling. But sometimes it can seem like this Tower of Babel where the organs or the tools are all out of tune. And the people are just blabbering and speaking as infants or babies or children, and immature in their expression, and impacting the body adversely. Being out of tune is not being aware or being in a state of effectiveness. Because when you look at all of these different ways and paths, when you truly look at the principle and are able to go beyond the label or the title, you learn that each one of these ways, while very different, are very beautiful expressions. And they teach about harmony and peace and love, respect and honor, and many other wonderful characteristics. So for a person to get stuck on a label or the uniqueness of how this person expresses their faith or their belief is foolishness and certainly out of season. It's time for a symphony. It's time for the harmony of sounds. In the Baha'i faith, they teach the oneness of God, the unity of humanity, and the essential harmony of religion. Now, the Baha'i principles advocate international unity, the complete cessation of all warfare, universal compulsory education for every child, a spiritual solution to the extremes of wealth and poverty, an end to religious fundamentalism and division, and a unified global response to oppression, materialism, and the planet's mounting environmental issues or crisis. The Baha'i faith believe in the independent investigation of reality and encourage everyone to question dogma, everyone to question tradition, and everyone to question superstition, and to embark upon a personal search to discover the truth. They believe that the divine teachers and messengers of the various paths and ways are manifestations of God, and that each of them destined to inspire civilizations based on their spiritual teachings and advance the collective maturation of humanity during their service or dispensation. So in other words, the Baha'i believe that people who have come to teach others and to guide and who demonstrate or express that indwelling spirit are actually the manifestations of God, and that they have given their life to a life of service. They have been selfless to help other people rise. Now, today's word comes from the authoritative writings and guidance from the Baha'i Reference Library. So I quote, "Consider to what extent the love of God makes itself manifest. Among the signs of his love which appear in the world are the dawning point of his manifestations. What an infinite degree of love is reflected by the divine manifestations toward mankind. For the sake of guiding the people, they have willingly forfeited their lives to resuscitate human hearts." And this end quote. And this comes from Foundations of the World Unity, page 89, from the authoritative writings of Abdu'l-Baha. Now, I am about to close, but beloved, the biggest questions that we have to ask ourselves today is, who do you serve? How do you serve? Who are the recipients and benefactors of your service? And what is the purpose of your service? See, many of the people lose sight of the principles of a particular way, and they get stuck over individual functions and purpose, and don't recognize or are not consciously aware that they are one instrument in the symphony. And the most beautiful of music is created not by one individual instrument, while that particular instrument may be beautiful indeed, but the most melodic sounds come from the whole symphony. We all have our solos, but we are also a part of an orchestra or flow. And therefore we must learn to flow with others. For as the biblical text says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. High places. Let me shed some light. Our fight is not with the people and the path that they choose. It's with enslavement, oppression, ignorance, and those who perpetuate ignorance and ignorant mindsets, and those who hide the truth while they know. The fact is, often the battle is within self. And it's usually an internal battle. It's usually an internal battle within an individual who is struggling to effectively resound within the collective whole, and who in their ignorance project their limiting belief system on others as if the only way is their way, or the only beautiful sounding instrument is their own. You know, it's like the heart who feels the only organ in the body that is important or worthy is the heart, or the digestive system feeling that they are the most important of all of the systems in the body. It's ignorant. Ignorant meaning lacking knowledge and wisdom. It's unaware. To those who perpetuate this type of dogma or this type of mindset, what you are unaware of or lacking knowledge of is the very one that you claim to know, and that is God. To know God is to know and accept yourself. And knowing and accepting yourself is about understanding your purpose as an individual, as well as your purpose and function in relation to the collective whole. No one can teach you that. That is a heart condition and a state of mind. And the only way to reconcile that is to go within. Otherwise, you will be forever excluding yourself from the bounty of the Lord. No matter the name or the label or the individual expression or manifestation, I bear witness that there is only one. The point is, God manifests through all of us. So who do you serve? Now, many listening, you all listening here today, may say that you serve God. Okay, so what are you fighting for? Well, live and let live. The love of God manifests itself and expresses itself through an open heart and an available vessel. You see, if you are unable to look beyond the differences or what you might perceive to be someone else's faults, then I encourage you to look within and discover the truth of who you are and align with that truth from within, because that truth shall guide your path and light your way. Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, and others manifested the brilliant light of God, not for their followers to worship them, for neither bore witness of themselves, but all guided their followers to the illuminating light that manifested or shined through them. They all guided their followers to the I am, the truth, the light, the way they knew from their own particular experiences. Buddha means one who is awake. Muhammad means one who is worthy of praise and praise much. Jesus means God is salvation. Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha are not who they are because of their label. They're who they are because of their character and their work, and because of the attributes of God that they manifested. Their work manifested the light of God. And you can tell the light of God because it seeks to unify and heal the body rather than divide and harm it. So I want to thank you for listening. And I close as I opened, greeting you in peace, love, and light. Thank you.
I'll say a prayer in closing. And I want to stand with Atiya, my wife, in saying to you that to choose who comes to the gates of heaven and who doesn't. Get out of the way of God and do what you should be doing. Be a servant, be a good servant. Being a good servant, love your fellow man and fellow woman. Love them as family and treat them the way you would want to be treated. What matters is that you care and that you love and that you want to help. Okay, so you don't want to be on the camera. Maybe you're good with video. Maybe you're good with audio. Maybe you're good with graphics. Hey, maybe you're good with social media. Maybe you're good with marketing. Maybe you've got great contacts. There's always a space here at the iNetwork for you. So we want to let you know, if that's what you feel in your heart, iNetwork is a place for you. We're not going to try and convert you. No. We're not going to sell religion to you. But what we are going to do is, it's an open house. It's your house. And we do respond.
And now, please stand for prayer.
Heavenly Almighty Creator, forgive us for the decisions that we make at times that may be not in your best interest. Guide us via social media. Protect our photographs, whether they be photographs of our children, or of our families, of our friends, of our blessings. Protect our photographs against evil intent. Protect our photographs, protect our families, protect our photos against any curses or any sort of bad intentions, that our lives will be protected and guided. Allow our pages and our social media to be a place of light that will reflect the greatness that happened in our lives. That we do not follow the norm, that we use our ability to give testimony. It's changed so much. Gone are the days where you just can come up and speak and give testimony. Now your social media is your testimony. I pray that we all see today, as I've said, not a New Year's resolution, but a new day revolution, starting today. Let the light shine through us, in our walk, in our talk, in our actions, whether it be physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. and virtually. We are ambassadors of light. Thank you, family. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow, 4 p.m. More Love Radio. And this week we talk about faithfulness and fidelity with two great experts. So don't forget to join us tomorrow on the live chat, More Love Radio. If you're not sure how to get there, type in morelove.online. Remember, morelove.online. And join in the conversation. Join in the conversation and take part in our live chat. Thank you so much, family. Blessings to you all. Peace, love and light. This has been Minister Ingram and Atiya. Have a great week. Blessings to you all. And so let it be.
May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face and the rain fall soft upon